Hi everyone, welcome back to Bond. For today's tone class, we're going to be focusing on glutes and really deep core. But to get there, we're going to be doing only bridges, bridge variations, and side bridge. So we're going to get started laying on our backs. You don't need any props today, but if you wanted to wear some ankle weights, you could, or a mini band over your thighs. That will spice it up quite a bit. But I'm going to go zero equipment today, just coming down onto our backs. And right away, we're going to get started in our warm up. So take a couple of deep breaths while you're laying here. Knees can remain bent, feet flat on the mat, just a little bit wider than hip width apart, and feet placed a comfortable distance from your hips. So not too tight up to the body and not too far away, just somewhere in the middle that feels good. Taking a few deep breaths here, letting your body sink into the mat. And when you're ready, starting to rock a little bit side to side on your tailbone. So if your tailbone is the anchor of your body, you're rolling on that a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Your knees will sway. And this is such a small movement. I don't even know if you can probably hardly see how much I'm moving right now because it's so minimal. We will start to get a little bit bigger as the knees fall to the left. You roll to the left. And then knees fall to the right. Still keeping it pretty little. We're just warming up our hips. This class is safe for all levels of pregnancy, all stages of pregnancy. However, if you're uncomfortable on your back, you should have a couple bolster or a couple of pillows under your shoulders just to keep yourself elevated. And always go at your own pace. If anything feels uncomfortable or painful, please stop and reassess. That goes for everyone participating. So as we continue to rock from side to side, getting a little bigger each time, maybe your knees come almost all the way down to the mat and all the way down the other side. Just a couple more like this. And then our hips will be nice and warm. We'll get ready to go into some hip folds. So pausing after that last one in the center, sort of regrounding yourself nice and strong, equal weight in both hips, equal weight in the shoulders. You're going to push into your left foot, lift your right leg up just to 90 degrees, and then let it float back down. Push into the right leg, let the left come up, and then float back down to the mat. Continue at this pace, right and then left, as if you're almost marching, transferring the weight each time before you lift the opposite leg. And when I say float back down to the mat, we're not just dropping the leg and losing any muscle engagement. So the core is working very subtly to pull the legs up. Let it continue to work to lower each leg as well. See if you can really put your mind there and feel it working. Sometimes when you're not feeling it, if you place your hands on your abdominals, you might feel the outsides, or you might be able to just feel really, really deep inside. That work beginning there. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Couple more here. Lift and then lower, and then we will get into the spice of things. This is a short class, so we can't spend too long. So when next time you have both feet on the mat, let them both remain there. And we're gonna come into our first round of bridges. This one is just gonna be regular bridge, so feet are a little bit wider than hip width. Hands can be planted into the mat, sort of in this A-frame or tighter to your side. And you're just gonna push into your heels, into your toes, lift your hips. Pause here for a moment. Feel your glutes engage. This is the first one of the day, so my range of motion is a little bit less than it probably will be towards the end of class, meaning I'm not getting as high off the ground as sometimes I do. If you're at a place where you can have your entire body be in a straight line from the knees all the way to the shoulders, that is excellent. But as the pregnancy increases, my range of motion gets less. So do what works for you. We're going to hold here for just another second. Feel your glutes start to work. And on your next exhale, lower down nice and slowly, leading with the hips. Wiggle it out just a little bit. And we're going to pick up the pace, and we're going to continue to do some of those bridges. So we're going to push into our heels. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift and tap down, leading with the glutes every time. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Remember to push in through the feet. Lift and tap, and side squeeze the glutes so the outside glute med starts to work, starts to fire up. Lift and tap. Nice work. We lift and lower, lift and lower. Keep it going here just at this pace, trying to keep your knees nice and stable. Option to lift your arms up if you wanted to challenge your balance a little bit. And your pelvis is remaining tucked under. So we're not arching the low back. The back and spine are in a nice neutral position. And to do that, you can engage your core a little bit, pull your pubic bone towards your belly button. We lift and tap. It might not look like my pelvis is tucked because the baby bump is there, but I promise you it is. Lift and tap. Keep going at this pace. We're gonna hold at the top in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top here. Take a nice breath in. Maybe time to raise your arms up if you haven't yet. And we're gonna add in a little pulse. So we're gonna lift up 2 inches and down 2 inches, up and down, up and down, up and down. Slow and steady pulse. Feel the heat start to build in your glutes, even in your hamstrings. Keep the core nice and engaged. Think of that feeling if you're wearing a corset wrapped around, but your muscles are the corset. Yes. Up, 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 up. For 5, 4, 3, lift, 2, squeeze, and 1. Lower down. We do that one more time. Same pace, up and down. Resume full range. Here we go. Push into the heels. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Nice work. Keep it going like this. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. We're going to come into a second round of pulses not too far from now. Couple more of this full range motion, up and down, up and down. In 4, tap, 3, tap, 2, and 1. Hold high, pulse up, 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 up. We're a little faster on this pulse. Feel it really starting to heat up. Maybe it's burning a little bit. Breathe into those places where you feel the muscles working. Deep inhale, full exhale every time. Keep it going, pulse up, 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 up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Rolling right away onto your left side. We're gonna come into some side bridges. So forearm is supporting you. Hand is out nice and strong. Elbows directly below the shoulders. We do that same motion, but from the side, it's gonna feel a lot different. So feet are bent, soles of the feet in line with the spine, and you're gonna press into your knees, press into your shins and ankles to lift. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Yes, just like that. So pausing here for a moment just to see what it looks like, what it feels like, checking in that your elbow's directly below your shoulder, and lower back down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift the ribs, lift the hips. My arm just responds naturally sometimes like that. Lower down. As we lower, we sort of collapse into this relaxed pose. Let's try to keep the torso in one nice, long, strong unit, not moving separately. It's all one. Here we go. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift and tap. Lift and tap. Beautiful. Feel your obliques really working here. Side core, lift and tap, lift and tap. If you need to adjust your knees to keep this range going, you're not getting too high. Lift and tap, just barely coming off the mat. Lift and tap for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold high. No pulses here. We just hold for a moment. Check in that your shoulders are stacked on top of each other, hips are stacked. Push into your supporting arm, grow tall through the spine. For 3, inhale. For 2, last deep breath in together. Let it go. Nicely done. We come back to our mat, back to our backs. We'll do the other side. Not yet though. We're gonna come into the same bridge again. Regular stance. We lift and lower in 3, 2, 1. Lift up, tap down, up, tap down. Hamstrings and glutes are firing now. Lift and tap, lift and tap. Keep going here, up and down, up and down. In 4 reps, we're gonna hold at the top. In 3, and we're gonna do something different. In 2, in 1, hold at the top. Hands can root into the mat for support. You're gonna lift your left leg, lower down. Push heavy into the left heel to support. Lift your right leg, lower down. Can your hips stay nice and lifted? Push into the right leg, lift the left. Same marching position that we did at the beginning. This time our hips are elevated. Core is really working now, deep inside. Lift and lower. Walking slowly, marching on the spot. Doing amazing. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 1 more each side. Left leg comes up and down. Right leg comes up and down. We lower the hips. Roll it out for just a second. We're going to resume full range here 1 more time. Round of pulses before we go side bridge on the right side. In 2, in 1, let's go. Come up and tap, up and tap, up and tap, up and tap. Let's go. Lift and lower, lift and lower. You got this. Lift and lower. Abdominals are engaged. Tuck your pelvis under just a little bit more, keeping that neutral spine, resisting the urge to arch the low back. Lift and tap. Both shoulders are supporting you nice and strong. Every toe is digging into the mat. For 5, tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold high, pulse up. It's our final pulse in this bridge position. You got it. Up, 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 up. Breathe. We're here for 5. Pulse. 4. Pulse. 3. Squeeze a little more. 2. Pulse. Last 1. Squeeze it up. Lower everything down. You're going to roll over now, this time onto your right side. I'm going to spin around to remain facing you, and we are going to finish off with this round of side bridges here. So same pose that we started with. On the other side, arm is bent, forearm is on the mat, elbows directly below the shoulder, supporting you nice and strong. Knees are bent. Knees are bent. Soles of the feet are in line with the spine. We push into the heels, into the shins, into the ankles to lift. In 2, in 1, inhale, lift up. Find the pose, find the alignment, and then lower down. Beautiful. Another time, inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Trying to keep that torso in a strong, long unit, not collapsing into it when we lower down to the mat. See how we hold up still? And lift and tap. Lift and tap. We've picked up the pace again. We're almost there. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Breathe. Feel the obliques. Lift the hips just a little bit higher every time. Are your shoulders stacked? Are your hips stacked? Lift up and down. Up and down. For 4, tap. 3, tap. 2, tap. 1, hold high here. Breathe with me. 1 more deep inhale all together in. Let it all out. And lower the hips down. Come back down onto your back. We're going to do a very quick stretch where you pull both legs in towards your chest. If you want to reach for the soles of the feet and make this full happy baby, you can. Right now the shins are enough for me, stretching out the backs of the glutes. Wonderful work today. If you want to plant down your left foot, bend your right ankle over, figure 4 stretch. Stretch out the sides of the glutes here. Hopefully that felt really good. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Switching legs for the other side, figure 4. Make sure to hydrate and come back to these stretches at any time. As always, thank you so much, and we will see you next time.